Yeah. Let's do this. Hello. 5 more years. Was anybody at the first Moth Up 5 years ago? One person? Yeah. So 5 years ago was the first Moth Up, and I was actually the second storyteller at that thing, and I was super nervous because it was in the Ossington, which is this windowless dungeon, which sometimes hosts storytelling nights and other social events. And I was talking to Alicia Merchant, who is one of the people who founded this thing, and I was like, I'm so worried because I'm going to go up with this like really personal story and I feel so vulnerable. She's like, don't worry, everybody's doing that. And then pretty much nobody else did that. So I was like sweat drenched and like clearly like not looking too good. And afterwards somebody, like everybody else had these stories where it's like, this is an amazing thing I did. And everyone's like, you're heroic. And I did this story and everyone's like, you didn't get over middle school, I guess. And right after the show, this one person came up to me and said, hey, that was really honest. And then I saw them go up to another one of the storytellers and said, that was amazing. And I'm like, yep, it's about right. So actually, I'm going to tell the story I told 5 years ago at the first month. Does anybody want to hear that? Like for me to try that again? Okay. This is great. If you know the words to it, just mouth along. Sing along with me. Please don't sing while I'm doing my story. So this is a story about me in middle school. Who here was like awkward in middle school? Everyone, yay! So in middle school I was particularly awkward, and I had no facility talking to girls, and there was a girl that I really, really liked. She had everything that at that time I imagined I would want. She was super kind and generous and into music, and like she was really good at puzzles, which seemed like the coolest thing because I was not good at puzzles. And like really into the earth because I saw her scold someone for not recycling one time. So dream come true for me that this girl. Now most people in this position would quite reasonably think deliberately about what they wanted to say to this person, formulate their thoughts, muster up the courage, and go talk to them. But I decided instead to sneakily tell her that I liked her. So there was a thing we were doing at my middle school called candygrams. Did anybody do candygrams? Yeah. Candygrams are a great way to tell people you have affection for them by writing a note on a small card and then taping it to a 5-cent piece of candy and then having it delivered to them at their desk at school. That's candygrams. And I am like, what is a better way to send a message to this person that I am in love with them forever than to send them a candygram? And I was like so nervous about this. I was like, I don't want to be too forward. I don't think this person really knows who I am, so I want to impress them. So knowing that she was into puzzles, I was like, I'm going to make it a candygram with a puzzle to find out the identity of the person who sent it to her. What a good plan in hindsight. So I made this puzzle, which was like super simple, and like anyone who's ever done a puzzle would crack it, where when she cracked it, which she inevitably would because she's good at puzzles, she would figure out that it spelled Chris B, which is my first name, last initial. So I'm like, Chris, you're a genius. As soon as she figures it out, she's going to be like, who is this intriguing, sexy mystery man? Or she never solves it, and I never have to confront these weird feelings. It's a win-win. So I do the candygram. I send it out. I do not appreciate... this is a new school. I'm new to this school. I don't appreciate the fact that candygrams are not a phenomenon among my classmates. So I find out that the candygram was the only one delivered to her in her class, which is an uncomfortably intimate thing to happen, to be the only person to get a weird love chocolate. And it's doubly bad when that love chocolate has a message that could have been written by the Zodiac Killer on it. So she gets it, and then I don't hear anything, and I'm freaking out. And I'm like, did she not crack the puzzle? She totally cracked the puzzle. She's great at puzzles. What am I going to do? So I'm like looking back on my rough notes, and then I realized that I didn't do the puzzle right. So it definitely was Chris D was what would happen if you solved the puzzle correctly. And I'm like, there is a Chris D at the school. So the reveal is she's here tonight. No, I don't think she's not, right? Is she? So at this point, I'm faced kind of with the moral dilemma of, do I, confront this thing and head it off, or do I just let Chris D take the fall? This person who I am unconvinced has ever met this woman. And eventually I have to own up to it and face it up, and it is not good how it goes in the end. But it's something that has really helped me appreciate, over time, just the importance of being open and being straight with people and really letting them know how you feel. 5 years, everybody. This is amazing. Big round of applause for 5 years of Raconteurs. This is so much fun. Thank you.